Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, we are over in Unrest, inside the main room or the main chamber, whichever one you're more familiar with. Now, when you first come into the zone, if you go down the courtyard or the graveyard, you'll see a cobblestone path, and then you'll see the big main house. And if you go inside the doors, the double doors, and take a right and go left around the very first hallway you see, you'll get to this entrance door right here in front of me, and that's the main room that we're in. And of course, I'll show you guys how to get here in the future, but it's a pretty good room. I'm level 14, I've gotten to a group, and for the most part, you'll see here, I've gotten quite a bit of experience in the last probably hour. I've gotten about 3 bubbles, which is amazing amount of experience for any level. So yeah, definitely worth coming here and checking it out. Let me heal this bard up. As you can see, I am a bronze god now. So I actually got quite a good amount of armor from Core here and from Cantheron. They both gave me some good pieces. Core actually loaded up onto her paladin and gave me pretty much everything he was wearing as far as armor goes. And Cantheron had a few extra pieces here and there of things that he wasn't using that he had upgraded onto, and went ahead and gave those to me, which was incredibly nice. I didn't ask anybody to give me stuff. I hate asking for stuff because I kind of like to work for it myself if I really can. But if somebody's going to be nice and generous and give me something, you know, I'll definitely appreciate it, and I'll definitely use it. You know, I'm not going to turn it down, especially if it's sitting on a character that they're no longer playing anymore or not going to play. So, go ahead and give them both another shout out. Cantheron right there next to me is a paladin, and Cora over here is a bard. So, I believe she's a bard. Yeah, she's a bard. Yeah, definitely appreciate that. In fact, I'll show you guys the armor that she's given me. She gave me the breastplate, bronze sleeves, van bracers, bronze helmet. She gave me the bracers. She also gave me these small bronze greaves. Catheron gave me the boots and the ring. And the silver ring actually adds 1 little wisdom to it. But it takes away charisma. So it's not a great ring, but it is something nice to have because it is an extra wisdom. I don't need the charisma at the moment. If I go to sell and I go to buy food and things of that sort, I'll have to take it off, because I'll get lesser prices for it. But for the meantime, extra wisdom is definitely worth using in a group because it gives you that much more power to have access to. So let's see, you can do like level 40 here if you can get a group. Yeah, move up to Freeport till late 20s. How long should I stay and rest as a paladin? What should be my next area? Oh, wait, let me heal her real quick. She's getting hit hard. Nice. Heal. Let me back up into the corner. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Okay. That sucked, but I'm bound right outside. That was a pretty bad pull, though. If it killed me and was about to kill her as well. So we'll have to remember our spells real quick. Let's go ahead and remember our spells. Let's see, healing. We need definitely on that one. And that's pretty much all we need on this page. We'll do root, because you always want to have root up, just in case you get into more trouble. Let's see, anything else? No. You want gate, light healing. I'll do minor healing, run. So they're gonna run it. Obviously didn't end very well over there. Let's see. I'm looking for my buffs. Really should put everything on one page that I use all the time, so I remember that this is the highest level stuff I got. I got symbols, but I don't have any gems to be using. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use holy armor. be right. Holy armor and something else. Center, there you go. Take off that. Let's see, expulse undead. I'll put that up as well. That was bad paving. Yeah, it happens. Paving can be a real big headache in this game. That's alright. Let's see, how much experience did I lose? You guys will have to be the judge of that. I think it was about a whole bar of blue experience. But I can't quite tell for sure. Madar died as well. You can see him there in his birthday suit almost. For this game, that is the default naked style for a dark elf character. That's a male. Obviously, females have a different look altogether. It's usually a G-string and a bra. Anything to make them as sexy as possible is the way they usually go in MMOs for female characters. Not quite sure why they always have to do it that way. I mean, you know, I'm sure of the reason behind it. I'm just not sure why they keep getting away with it. Let's see, that's ready to attack to me. She can run right past it because she's a higher level, but I can't do that. Great, there's another one here. Let's see, can I get past these guys? Oh, great, I'm in the water. Seriously, it's like a puddle, and somehow I am swimming in it. Nice, right in the middle of my path. There's no way I can shimmy to one side. Anyone need dragon? /consent. K-O-R-A. So I went ahead and gave her consent to drag my corpse. It should notify her automatically that I gave her that consent. Me please, if you get a chance. Let me wait for that to pave out. I might be able to get in there. There we go. Wait for me. Man, even with all that armor, I didn't take the hits nearly as well as I thought I was, and I think that's just because of the level. I'm going to leave that weapon on my corpse. Who knows, there may be a cleric who comes in here later on, like there was earlier, and offers to give people reses for nothing. I'm so overweight. Let me get rid of my copper. Destroy. No, I don't want one of these. AFK a minute while we recover. So 344 silver, I believe, it's 10 silver for every gold. So that would come out to be quite a bit of platinum. It's like 3 platinum. Yeah, it's like 3 platinum. Man, it's hard to get rid of 3 platinum because I know I'm going to need it. But if I can't walk, okay, I'll give consent. Mobs are respawning. Yeah, normally the cleric doesn't even have to walk. Like, he can be so over-encumbered that he can't even move other than at a snail's pace. And that's perfectly fine because you're not going to be moving around a room at later levels unless you're just not very good at your whoa, look at that. It's like shadow step, I think is what he used. But yeah, you're not going to use, you're not going to move around too much. I remember there's been a few groups that I was in that I quite literally sat in one spot for the entire like 8-9 hours that I was in that group back in the day when I was playing hardcore. And when I finally got up to leave because the group was breaking up or I needed to leave and get off, I would go to walk out the door or gate out, and when I got to my bind point, I would go to move, and I quite literally could not even take a step. That's how over encumbered I was with loot, with the coin split, things of that sort. So you know, not a big deal for a cleric until you get to that point and you quite literally can't move anymore. Then you have to, like, right at the entrance to a zone, destroy your coin or something like that so you can actually start moving. But as my cleric, most of the time I was bound somewhere pretty good. It wasn't until at higher levels that you would bind yourself, like, right outside the zone that you're hunting in. Like if you're hunting in Seb, you'd bind yourself right on the outside of Seb. Let's see, great. Body that zone entrance, wall entrance. So here we got everybody here. Let me go ahead and give her some buffs while we wait. Because she gets hit quite hard and quite often as the cooler. Okay guys, I'm going to make some dinner. Thank you for the group. May catch you later. So we're going to lose somebody there. And that happens, guys, when you have a long combat or you have a death, corpse retrieval run, something along those lines. Don't be surprised if you lose, 2 or 3, sometimes the entire group just decides that, oh, this is a good spot to stop. I was planning on doing it pretty soon, and the experience is going to take a while to get back going. They've been like, well, 20, 30 minutes is not uncommon for a group to wait until everybody's back and is able to loot their corpse and get back into the room and fight your way back in. And keeping a room broken is one thing, breaking into it is a completely different thing. And so you may feel that your group is capable of taking that room and holding it, or you may feel that your group may not even be capable of taking that room, may be capable of holding it but not taking it, not breaking it. So you may decide that, okay, this is a good place to leave so I don't get even more deaths than we have already gotten. And so you'll see just groups break up. It sucks. It's like it's a 1-2 punch. You've already suffered a death, and now you're suffering the fact that everybody wants to leave. It may have taken you a couple hours to put that group together in the first place, and now it's just breaking up within a matter of minutes or seconds because of a bad pool, because of a bad pathing issue or something like that. But thankfully, I believe, from my experience anyways, back in the day, it may be different now, but back then, most people will see the problem for what it is. If it was a pathing issue and it only happens rarely, and now you're aware of it, most people will be like, okay, it's not going to happen again. So we'll put our effort through this corpse retrieval. We'll all stay, and we'll get back to killing again because it's really, really good experience in there. But if they see it as just you have a bad pooler, it doesn't know what they're doing, so to speak, and they're being very careless about how they go about things, then then they may be deciding that this is a good place to leave. We're already at the zone entrance. Nobody can really blame me for heading out now. So they'll use that as an excuse. But if everything's working pretty smoothly and people agree that you're going to make that experience back within a couple minutes, maybe 20 minutes or something like that, hopefully your group won't fall apart. But you just can never tell. This is one of those deciding factors that if your group stays together through a corpse retrieval, usually that shows signs that you're a pretty strong group of people. That you're willing to put it, the effort in to get that experience. You're also willing to put the effort in to make sure the group stays together in a cohesive bond between all of you guys. So I don't know. It just, you'll find out what people are made of and how much dedication they have in their character. And I don't blame anybody for not having 20 hours a day to play the game. I mean, if you're not single playing this game, you're probably going to be single eventually because you're playing this game, or you're just playing it very leisurely, and you can do that. You can play 1 or 2 hours a week. You just won't get very far. You're not gonna. Oh, we got factions here. I wonder what level he is. Let's check. Level 18 Shadow Knight. Nice. That'd be a good pooler to have. Let me go ahead and buff him up as well, since we're here and I have the power. As long as I don't keep fizzling. You know, those beetles said they were ready to attack, and that one just walked right by me. I wonder if they're ready to attack only... Oh, so he just buffed himself up. And I'm pretty sure, even though Catharon is a higher level than me, but a paladin, and he would have lower level spells, because he is such a higher level, and by so many levels, that his spells will probably... Yeah, so he just buffed up factions there. His will definitely overwrite mine, so... It'd just be a waste of power to buff everybody up, since that's what he's doing. Let's see... What are we waiting for? Go ahead and heal him up to full, since we're just sitting here. 88, 100. So mine does at least 12% of his life. Preferably more. It's usually 13. 13 was Cora's life that I healed her for. Catharon, I think, was 11%, because he has more hit points as a paladin than a bard does. Plus he's higher level and things of that sort, so that comes into play. But let's see, what did he give me? Holy armor and courage. That's what I already had. But his is just a higher level than mine. Yeah, good to go. I can walk at least. There we go. She put on a run song. She's gonna run right out of range, but at least while it's on, I get a few seconds more of running. It's weird how those beetles don't attack. So this is how we get back to the room. I know I mentioned it in some of the other videos and hadn't quite showed you just yet. But you just come in through the main doors, you take a right, and you'll see that there's some guys right here that you will have to kill if you want to get around them. Or you can just have some kind of invisibility versus undead. Let me go ahead and read this guy. Oh, great. Got a ghoul behind us. That one was not my fault. So be very careful where you sit. Be very careful when you come in here. When you heal these guys, do they absolutely have to have it that second? You know, I could have held off on that heal that I gave him until the fight was over, and I wouldn't have pulled aggro. And he didn't absolutely have to have that heal. So you got to get very familiar with what your capabilities are and what the consequences of those actions are. You know, if he needs the heal, he needs the heal. You got to do it. Even if it's going to kill you, you got to do it. You know, you can't just let the tank die because you're afraid that, you know, you're going to get aggro. But if you can avoid getting aggro and he doesn't need the heal until after the fight's over, that's the best way to do it. And with complete heals, you can really refine that process down. But let's go ahead and loot this stuff up, get it out of the way. Let's see, what is this? Rusty dagger. If I was playing my Necro and I was doing my blacksmithing, that's definitely something I would make sure to loot all of those. Now, I'm doing third person now. I was doing first person earlier, but the only reason I'm doing this is because we're not in the room, and I need to be able to see, you know, what's coming now. I didn't necessarily have to move up, but I like to be within 2 or 3 feet of my group for a couple reasons. One, if I'm closer to them, then I know I am not going to pull ads as easily because I can just move a couple of steps and boom. Now if the creature's coming down the hall, they're the ones who are going to get the hit, not me. And they can take the hits a lot better than I can, so that's always the best way to go. 2 is if I'm closer to them, I don't have to worry about not being in range to heal them if they manage to, you know, need it really, really badly. The range on healing is a pretty good distance, but you got to keep in mind that within the radius of a fight, sometimes the tank is going to be running back and forth to pull aggro off of the creature. Sometimes the paving will get in the way, and he'll have to run around a corner. And so if you're a good 10 feet away from him, and he runs another 10 feet in the opposite direction because of paving issues, that may be right on your limit of being able to heal him. And if he goes a couple more steps outside that, all of a sudden he dies because the positioning was wrong. Always try to position so you can backstab. Oosh. Okay, there he goes. So he's just letting him know he always tries to turn the mob for him so he doesn't have to constantly move around the creature. Let's see. I guess they're going to head in here in a second. Now, as a cleric, you won't get to see too many areas. You won't get to see me clear rooms and things of that sort. But as my paladin, hopefully you guys will get to see a little bit more of that. So I'll be coming to these zones several times to show you different, basically different points of view. This is a real good corner, I've been told, to come in here and sit when you're in this room. You won't have to worry about getting aggro from behind the wall or anything like that. So definitely if you're going to be a healer or, you know, basically a caster of any kind, you could sit over here. Now, the thing to worry about is if you're like a necro and you know occasionally you still aggro, try to sit away from the people who don't ever pull aggro, you know, like the cleric. I would say like the enchanter, but the enchanter has the tendency to pull aggro quite a bit if they don't know what they're doing. If they use pretty much any of their stun spells, they will pull aggro unless the tank knows what he's doing and is quite efficient at his job. But if you pull aggro, you got to remember that the tank now has to come get it off you. And once he gets it off you, he's not going to drag it around the room. He's going to fight it right there. He's going to leave it up to you to leave. And so if you're sitting right on top of the cleric and you pull aggro, the tank comes over there and pulls it off of him, and then the cleric kills somebody. The cleric may get enough aggro to cause that creature to turn around and hit him, but he may not have enough aggro to cause that creature to stop hitting the main tank and walk over a couple feet and hit him. And so if that creature was not standing right in front of him because of the actions you had just performed, then he wouldn't be getting hit for him, and he would be able to sit down and meditate. And now you can see that this is probably not going to end too well. And now I'm going to die. Not quite sure what that was all about. Train, I lagged. Yeah, definitely going to be a train here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and heal myself one more time. Probably not a good idea. I don't want to die by that skelly again. I'm rooted. We're not gonna make it. At least I'm not. Red Forest. She's staying with me. That's super nice. Wow. I can't believe she's doing that. She's risking her life to stay with me. So I'll make it to the entrance, maybe. Oh, no! Okay, guys, well, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. As you can see, deaths are a common occurrence in this zone, so you definitely have to be wary of that. So I'll catch you on the next episode. Again, if you like these, please hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely leave... oh my god, I'm bound and free for it. Holy crap. Yeah, definitely leave comments down below. Love to hear back from you guys. And I'll catch you on the next episode, guys.